Hi everyone, it's Editing KJ, and this is our first episode of June, so I just wanted to hop on here and say Happy Pride Month and Happy Indigenous History Month. We are going to be doing a Pride-themed episode at the end of the month, closer to the International Pride Weekend, and we're very excited about that, but we did just want to acknowledge that it is June and it is Pride Month, and that we do our very best to be inclusive and learn and grow. I encourage everyone who listens to our podcast to also be on a constant journey of learning as well. And we are also privileged as white Canadians, and we feel like we have a responsibility to call attention to Indigenous History Month. And we really encourage you to do some of your own research on the systemic issues that are facing our Indigenous populations here in Canada and also across North America. And once you've done both those things, I hope you really enjoyed this episode.
Welcome back. This is the Series of Opinions podcast, episode number 34, where we all watch the first and last episodes of something we haven't seen before. We are three women discussing the best and worst of media and our opinions about them. I'm Faith, pronouns she/her.
I'm Moira, and my pronouns are she, her.
And I'm KJ, and my pronouns are also she and her.
So before we get into talking about the shows that we're going to talk about today, does anyone have any recommendations?
I do, and I've been waiting to crack my drink.
Yay.
I have a new drink. It's the same brand of flavored water, but a different flavor that I haven't had before. This one is blood orange and black raspberry, and it's been sitting on my desk for like an hour.
Ooh, good
It
one.
smells really good.
That's great.
I can through the speakers. I can.
This one's good.
Really
this one is my favorite, I think, of the three that I've had. Or this is the fourth one I've had. This one's my favorite.
That's awesome.
Blood orange and black raspberry.
That should be like your thing, is like cracking cans on the pod. It's so satisfying. I love it.
Okay, and now my recommendations, because I have a couple. My first one is something I never thought I'd be recommending, which is The Circle USA. I don't watch reality TV shows at all. That's Faith's thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like Survivor, and that's about it. But I usually don't watch the full season. I watch like the first couple, and then I forget about it, and then then I watch the like last two and the finale, and I just fill in the blanks. Not unlike this episode. But I have new roommates, and I came downstairs last week, and one of them was watching The Circle USA Season 2, and I was like, what are you watching? And so I was in the kitchen, she was in the kitchen, we watched one of the episodes in the middle of Season 2. I was like, this is kind of good. I think we're gonna watch this. So I watched both seasons this week, and it was good. I'm a fan. I don't usually like reality TV, and this is about as trashy as reality TV gets in a lot of ways. But
And I've never even heard of it. Like, I'm so excited to try it.
The premise of it is basically there's these people, and they're in these like apartments. They only get to know each other through a social media platform called The Circle, which is like a voice-activated social media platform. It's like text to voice. They don't hear each other's voices. And they can either play as themselves or they can play as a catfish. And the goal is to be like the most liked person.
Wow.
And so they're trying to get to know each other, but you're like trying to present like a likable personality, and some of the people aren't who they are playing as. Like there's guys playing as girls and people playing as like husbands. In season 2, Lance Bass of NSYNC, his assistant, played Lance Bass.
Oh my gosh.
But like people play their husbands or just like friends, or they play themselves but they use different photos, and yeah, it's really interesting.
That's so interesting.
And then 2 people are picked as influencers, and those people block one player. And then, like, when they get down to 5 players, they all meet, but they've already, like, locked in their ratings on who they think should win. And then they find out who should win after they've met.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm already hooked.
And then I also watched a movie this week. I haven't watched a lot of movies lately because I've been really busy. But I watched Front of the Class, which is based on the true story of Brad Cohen, who's a teacher with Tourette's.
Oh, wow.
I saw a clip of it on TikTok, and I was like, that looks like a good movie. And so I watched the whole movie, and I liked it.
That is awesome.
And then I have one more. It's also a TikTok-related recommendation. It's this guy called Just Adam Scott, and he has this thing called the Creepy Guy Hotline. He has this phone number that's posted on TikTok and online, and you can give it out to the creepy guys, and then they can send their creepy guy DMs to this, but it's actually a dude. And he makes people feel bad for sending their dick pics in to the Creepy Guy Hotline.
I love that.
Yeah, He's
love him
amazing.
so much.
He's amazing. I really
So
recommend
much.
following him on TikTok, and I think he also has a YouTube as well.
Mhm.
But I follow him on TikTok, and yeah, he posts updates, and like he's gotten like 200 dick pics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
People are disgusting.
People are gross, but also like his wife has started to work the hotline for him, and his wife is a savage. she has no patience for it, and I love her.
That's
I love
amazing.
it so much.
But yeah, that's what I got this week. It's been a busy week, but
Yeah, amazing.
So I have 2 recommendations this week. One is something that we've already talked about, but I finally watched Thunder Force.
oh yay.
It's so good. I absolutely loved it. Now I have an official recommendation. I was just excited for it.
That's
Now you've
amazing.
actually seen it.
No,
That's great.
I've actually seen it, so I can confirm it's very good. And my second recommendation is like a little different.
Ooh, okay.
So this week I am writing an essay where I have to analyze a song.
Ooh.
And so I've actually found it really easy and really fun because of the podcast and learning how to analyze media because of this.
Yay! That's so amazing.
So I recommend you do something like crazy and fun that you want to do, and it might help you in like other things in life. So
I love that. Please tell us what song you picked for your essay.
we have to do all the same song. It's called
Okay.
Baby Song by the Raincoats, and it is super good song. I've listened to it about 100 times.
Yay! Love
So-
that.
That is so wonderful. I love that. Yeah, like who knew that
Yeah.
like starting a podcast could help in such like weird, obscure ways.
I feel so much
Exactly.
more comfortable talking about the things that I like. Like, I always talk a lot about the things that I like because I get hyper fixated on things. But, like, I find, like, I'm just fine. I could talk for 30 minutes about any of the things that I like. No problem.
Yeah, I find it a little bit easier to find the words to
yeah.
describe it rather than being
Same.
like, yeah, it was good. Like you can go a little bit. I find it easier to go a little bit more in detail about it and
Yeah, the way that you talk about it is different. Than
Yeah,
when you were just
exactly.
talking about it. I love that. I'm so glad that we were hopefully able to help you get a good grade on that assignment.
yeah. So I have a few too. This is
Yay.
a beefy recommendations this week. But I want to recommend a game. Me and my
Ooh.
sister have been playing the Switch a lot together lately. It's been a really nice like bonding thing for us to do while we're both off of school. So I have been playing The Long Dark. She's been my support. It's
That
an
sounds like it's
amazing-
scary.
Yeah.
It's like a survival game. It's so amazing. The style
Oh,
is
that's so
beautiful.
cool.
The music is beautiful. You crash in the Canadian like wilderness in the
Oh,
winter.
I've seen people playing this on
It's
like Facebook
so
and stuff.
good. It's so
That
good.
sounds so cool.
So I've been loving that. It's super good. And then another game that I've been watching, not playing, it's too scary for me to play, is Resident Evil 8. I love it. It's so good. Oh my gosh. It's like so
That's
something I feel like people wouldn't think that I would like. But I just love it. I loved Resident Evil 7, watching YouTubers play that, and then so now I just finished Gab Smolder's playthrough of Resident Evil 8, so that's super, super good. I would recommend you watch hers, because people like Jacksepticeye get like tens of millions of views, so I would recommend watching her, because she's a little bit smaller of a YouTuber. And then my last one is Big Brother Canada. I just want to recommend it one last time because the season just finished.
I love that.
When we're recording, the season just recently finished, and they had their first ever all black final two, and then their first ever black winner.
Amazing.
So that was incredible and really amazing. And it's just a great show. And every year they get more and more diverse. And they have such great, I always talk about how great their casting is. I could talk about Big Brother Canada forever. But I just love that show so much. So I wanted to give them one last recommendation.
I
That is
love that.
fantastic.
And that's all I have.
Yay.
Wow.
That was a really solid one.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. We brought some good stuff to the table.
Hopefully this episode will be equally as solid, although does. we have a lot of thoughts together here.
Yeah. let's give this a go. So, as I said, this week's episode, we took 2 shows, since they're both like have kind of shorter episodes, 2 shows that are over, and we watched the first episode of them and the last episode of them and wrote down what we thought and tried to piece together kind of what was happening and what happened. So we watched Modern Family and The Office, and I think we're gonna start with Modern Family, right?
Yes. But just to clarify, it was the US version of The Office.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that.
I feel like
before we go in,
yeah, sure.
I just want to shout out that I got this idea from the YouTuber Dylan Is in Trouble, who's done a bunch of these. So
yeah, we love
credit
Dylan
to who came up the idea.
I've definitely recommended him in one of our recommendations.
Definitely,
before.
I love him. I watched his like Glee one and a couple others to like prep for this. Yeah, he's great. He's so funny.
Yeah.
When you guys are done Supernatural, I have to watch a Supernatural one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's great, and he definitely does this, and we struggled to do it.
Yeah,
so it's hard.
Really hard.
It's harder than it looks, for sure.
Our format is also a little bit more difficult because we can't watch it and react at the same time.
Yes, that's right.
Because it's a podcast, not YouTube, but
yeah. So let's give this a shot. Hey, let's see. So let's talk about the pilot.
I love the intro. I just want to start off with the actual like intro theme music. The intro to Modern Family is so good with the pictureception.
Really
It was really good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute. And not to like immediately jump to the final, but like I liked how it's the same in the final episode, but it's like very different, obviously, because their family has changed.
Yeah, I like that too as well. I didn't know that Sofia Vergara was in this show. Like, I knew that she had a show, but I didn't know that it was this one. I'm not really a fan of hers, just as an actress. I've seen a few things in that she's, like, okay in, but I just don't really generally like her. I'm sure she's a really lovely person and actress. I'm not bashing her. This is
the only thing that I knew for sure that she was in. Like, I've never seen her in anything else, except for, like, America's Got Talent.
I feel like she's, like, either a Sandra Bullock or a Melissa McCarthy film.
Yeah, sure.
That was
I know she did
like
one with Reese Witherspoon recently-ish, and I want to see that.
But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't know that this was what she was in. Yeah. And I don't know if I honestly would have been like, yeah, let's deal with Sofia Vergara and Michael Scott. Because Michael Scott, I'm not to jump to The Office content, but I have very strong feelings about Michael Scott as a character.
Spoiler alert, me too.
Yeah. But it was really fun to figure out who everybody was in the pilot.
Yeah.
It had This Is Us vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, I assume all these people are going to be somehow connected to each other because the show is called Modern Family, but I didn't know anything about the premise of what the show was or anything like that.
Really? Oh, that's so cool.
I didn't look anything up. I didn't know what it was about.
I knew that there were like I knew that there were like different families, and I knew kind of like the main people in each family, but I didn't realize at all how they were connected.
It really did kind of feel like the first episode of This Is Us.
Totally.
When everybody ended up being related at the end, so I liked that.
That's awesome.
So I was just like trying to figure out who everybody was.
Yeah, and just so we don't like breeze past that, Jay is Mitchell and Claire's dad, and that's how they're all kind of related.
Yeah, so Jay,
all 3 families,
is Mitchell and Claire's dad, and he's married to Gloria, and Gloria has a son from a previous relationship, Manny, and she's significantly younger than Jay.
Yeah,
and then Phil and Claire are married, and they have 3 kids: Luke, Alex, and Haley. And then Cam and Mitch are together, but they're not married. I didn't know that from anything I watched in these 2 episodes, but I saw somewhere else that they weren't married because gay marriage isn't legal in whatever state this is taking place in at the time that it was. So there was an episode, there's a whole plot line once it became legal in their state that they get married at some point in the show. I came across them when I was looking at content for next week. They came up a couple times, so that's how I know that. Next week we're doing best proposals. Just for the listeners.
Which I'm so excited for. Oh, I'm so pumped. There's going to be so many feels.
And then Cam Mitchell just adopted a baby named Lily, and I was really excited to see a baby, like a newborn baby, because I knew that we were going to do the last episode. I was like, can't wait to see how this baby turns out.
Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy.
None of the kids disappointed me, honestly, in terms of like aging up over, like, I didn't know how long this show had gone on either. I figured the show was on for like 6 or 7 seasons tops. 11 seasons.
It's a lot. It's a lot of commitment.
there was a lot happening this episode, but
yeah. So do you want to start with like Phil and Claire and what they do in the first episode?
Yeah. So they have 3 kids. They seem to be like a pretty average, like upper middle class family.
Yeah.
With 3 kids. They have a teen daughter named Haley, who they're worried is going to be as much of a wild child as they were. And she's a girl, so they are hyper policing her, but maybe she needs it.
Yeah, they said that she was 15, I believe, in that episode. Yeah. I thought she was like 11 or 12. I'm like, why does she have a boy over her?
So did I at first. I was like, oh, okay, she's 15. I mean, that's still not so bad, but then her boyfriend is
a senior.
Yeah.
And then they have a smart and overlooked middle child named Alex, who was almost unrecognizable at the end.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I did not recognize her at the end.
And then King of the Glow-Ups, troublemaking youngest child, Luke. I opened the last episode and I was like, is that Luke?
Who's that?
Who the F is this kid? And then Manny and Luke, so Manny Gloria's son, are about the same age, it seems. From my context clues, they appear to be about the same age. Also had a glow up.
Yes, very much.
And Manny seems to be like a little bit of a softer kind of kid. Like, you know, he's really emotional. He's not like a super like macho man kind of guy.
Very sensitive and emotional.
And Jay was, like, critical of that, but he also seemed to really care about Manny. Like, he was protective of him, even in the first one, and that made me happy.
That was great.
Like, once you are a step-parent, you're in, like, an even... Like, parenting is already such a thankless job. Step-parenting is so much less. It's so much more work. You don't get, like, half the benefits, and it's so much harder.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't quite going about it the right way, there was, like, a big, like, generational age thing, I think, going on there. But I think he really cared about Manny, so that was really nice to see.
Which is good.
Yeah, I thought it was really sweet that he wanted to, like, profess his love to this 16-year-old girl who's, like, 5 years older than him.
That's such a little kid thing. I hope she was nice about it.
I really hope she was nice about it.
It's so really awkward. If that happened to me when I was 16, I would find that really awkward.
Yeah. But, like,
yeah,
so sweet.
It's hard to know what you would say in that situation.
A little bit of parental, like, guidance could have gone a little bit there, but you know what? This is a TV show, so just because I feel like you put that girl, like that underage girl, in a really awkward position as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's cute, he's a little kid, but, like, she's also a kid, and that's really awkward for her, especially at her work.
Exactly.
She was at work.
The note he wrote was so
cute. It was so cute. Jay read it after, and it was really cute. The Lion King music killed me. I died.
No, that was so good. Oh my gosh, I think that might have been my favorite part of the episode.
Honestly, same. That was great.
And I don't love Phil.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I didn't not like him as much in the last episode, but I really didn't like him in the first episode.
Yeah, he went back on his, like, discipline. Their discipline was dumb. That's not how you discipline children. But
exactly.
Yeah.
It just felt like, I don't know, like the dad was really trying to, like, get out of punishing. The scene where they were trying to schedule the punishment was very funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was really funny. But I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't love Phil right off the bat. I was like, I don't like this guy.
Yeah, right away.
I think he was trying too hard to be, like, a friend.
Cool.
Like a cool dad and a friend, and, like, I don't like when people are, like, trying too hard. Like, just be who you are.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Your kids are never gonna think that you're cool, especially if you're trying that hard to think that they're cool. If you are just genuinely a cool person, your kids will think you're cool eventually.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, pronounce it.
Yeah,
many times. Like,
my parents have done some genuinely cool things that I think are cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they had tried to be cool, I don't think I would have found them cool at all. And I just think he's trying too hard. And kids don't need more friends. They're kids. They have friends. They need parents.
Exactly.
And it just felt like maybe he wasn't really parenting.
Yeah, I would agree. Right away it's set up so that, like, it looks like Claire does a lot of the work, like the hard work, as far as parenting goes, and Phil just comes off kind of useless as far as, like, fatherliness goes, and he doesn't know what to say or what to do, and he just, like, pretends to be cool.
Well, and
tries to look cool.
PSA for people who are parenting and are in heterosexual presenting relationships. and like heteronormative presenting relationships, dads have to do equal amounts of work in the home.
Absolutely.
Dads are just as much parents as moms.
Exactly.
Are the straights okay?
Literally.
Because this, I don't know, I had feelings about
Yeah.
about Phil. I don't know, I just didn't love him, but
No.
I think I'm with Faith. By the end, I wasn't feeling that negatively about Phil either, so.
Yeah, exactly. The last episode seemed better. Like, he grew as a person, which we hope would happen over 11 years.
Yeah, we would hope.
Exactly. It didn't feel as forced. Like, his kind of funny moments felt like his actual personality. It wasn't fake
exactly.
feeling.
Literally. That was really all I had thoughts about. I don't know if anyone had other thoughts about the pilot.
I don't think so. I'm just kind of skimming over my notes. I think we kind of covered everything. I loved Mitchell and Cameron are so cute. I love their whole storyline with the baby, and I like the scene on the plane.
I do have questions now about their adoption, now that I know that they weren't married in the pilot.
Yeah.
Right.
That does make me wonder about how that worked adoption-wise. Just because I know that can be an issue.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a deal breaker if they aren't married. There's in a relationship. I don't think that's a deal breaker, especially because it wasn't legal in their state to get married. But I do wonder, just because, especially it seems like it was maybe an international adoption based on the fact that they had to go somewhere. I forget if they said where she was from.
Vietnam.
So yeah, international adoptions are really hard and really tricky and take a really long time. So I do wonder about that. But who cares? They got a baby.
Yeah.
They got a baby. It doesn't matter.
Oh, so good. I love the Lion King moments. So good. So do we want to talk about the series finale then?
Yeah, for sure. There was no previously on to start the episode. Which I was kind of hoping that there would be, just so we would have some idea of what we were going into. We watched part 1 and part 2 of the finale. But by the way, the finale's a 2-parter.
Yes.
We started. Sorry, go ahead.
Haley ended up with the senior guy.
Yeah, the senior guy. Yeah. I was shocked to see him.
I was shocked too.
I heard some people were super mad about that because they were not together for the whole series, and they just ended up together again.
Oh.
Like, she had multiple boyfriends, because, I knew a little bit about the show going in, and people were, really mad that she ended up with the same guy that she started off the series
as people who didn't watch any of the middle.
Yeah.
We were cool with that, honestly.
Yeah, it was that works.
That dude reminded me a lot of Corey Monteith.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else got that vibe, but I was like, this guy gives me Corey Monteith vibes. Actually, no, he gave me Finn Hudson vibes.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe, but I also didn't watch Glee, so...
That's fair. Yeah. He reminds me of the older brother from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Also didn't watch that.
I don't get that vibe, but okay. I'm willing to go
I only briefly watched that a long time ago, but
man, those actually suck in retrospect.
Yeah.
Whole thing about how much those suck. Greg is such an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Was he in something else? I feel like he plays a really dumb boy jock in maybe some like Disney show.
I don't know.
I don't know. I should have looked it up, but I'm just now kind of thinking about it. But I like that they ended up together. That's really too bad they didn't have like a progression of their relationship through all the seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know. Were mad about it, but
yeah.
Just watching these like first and last, I liked that. I'm like, oh, cool, it's the same guy. And they have twins, I believe.
Yeah.
Twins?
Yeah.
Which is
I was shocked. I was like, what is going on in this house? So
There's so many children.
I did a rundown of the house. I was like, okay, so Luke and Dylan and Haley and Alex and the twins and the mom and dad. And I was like, is this first date Dylan from the pilot?
Yeah, literally.
I was like, did Haley get pregnant and have kids? And I was like, well, she was 15 in the pilot and it's been 11 seasons. So she's probably like, it's not like she got pregnant in high school.
Yeah.
But I was like,
funny, so.
I was like, she's with the same guy she was with when she was 15? Okay.
All right.
But it's interesting now because I didn't know that they weren't together like frequently or throughout.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
There was like 200 and some episodes and he was in 56 of them.
Okay, so yeah, he was not around for a good portion then. And the parents were living in a camping trailer, and at first I thought, oh, maybe like something happened to their house and they're all stuck in this trailer now, and that was just the parents.
Running away from their own children.
My brain was literally like, what if their house burned down and they're all living in a trailer together?
Oh my gosh.
That would have been interesting. Honestly, I think the show should have gone that route.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been able to have this many people, but the mom and the dad and the 3 kids probably could have. Trailers come really big nowadays.
Yeah. Just like Ty's trailer in Heartland, like the inside is always like way bigger than the outside.
But it's still small, like trailer size. But like I follow people that like live in a trailer on like that's like their thing. I got so many van life TikToks, and like that's the thing people are doing with their families now is like RV living. They don't have houses anymore.
Yeah, like tiny house.
Exactly.
Because somehow we've gentrified houselessness.
Because why not?
Their family was so big, like with the new intro. We already talked about this when we talked about the intro the first time, but like it was so big.
I know, it was crazy watching the first episode and then watching that like last couple episodes, the intro. Oh my gosh, crazy to see. I'm like trying to like look at all these people. Like who are you? Who's that? The gay dad.
The gay dads had a new baby.
So cute.
Haley looked exactly the same, but Alex and Luke fucking glowed up.
Oh my gosh.
Alex looked so good. I wrote "This is wild," and I don't know what that was in reference to. Wild was in all caps. I think it was in reference to how big the kids were. Because my next 2 notes were Haley's married and has twins. And oh my god, Luke in all caps.
Yeah, honestly, same.
Luke doesn't look like the same person.
No.
And
neither
then
did Alex, I don't think.
And then my next note was, OMG, who is Jay and Gloria's other kid? He's even more of like a soft stereotype than Manny was. But Manny came out hilarious, and then I wrote, this kid's name is Joe.
Okay, I'm glad that you caught the name, because I just put like Gloria and Jay have another son, question mark.
And then we went to a very gay housewarming. It's just a housewarming where all the attendants were gay. And
why not?
They were all a different gay stereotype. Arvin immediately proved Ellen Marsh correct that all men in male-female friendships would stick it in given a green light. Because he was down. But he did grow on me immediately. I was a big fan. I don't know if Arvin was like a character for a long time or just recent addition to the cast, but I liked him.
Yeah, same.
Then we found out that Gloria is now a working mom. I don't know what her job was or if she's had jobs this whole time, but it seemed like she was new to having a job. Like being a working parent. So good for her. I don't think we found out what she did. I was trying to listen, see if I could figure it out, and I'm still not sure. But
no, I didn't catch it either.
But I did try. And then everybody was moving out and moving away, and that felt like a finale thing to happen.
Yes.
And then I don't know what Lily did, but I wrote, Lily grew up to be a legend, and legend was in all caps, so I'm so glad that we have Lily, because like that's how we know exactly how much time has passed, because she was a newborn baby in the pilot, and she's a whole ass person now.
She's a whole person now. Oh my gosh. I just kept staring at her like, wow, that's really the baby that I just saw 2 minutes ago. Like, that's just wild.
And then I kept thinking that Claire looked kind of like Elizabeth Banks, and then Elizabeth Banks showed up, and I don't know who she was or how she fit into any of this. Really excited to see her, because I was like, Claire looks like she could be Elizabeth Banks' like sister or cousin or something.
And then there she was.
And then Elizabeth Banks was here, and I was like, what is happening? I still don't know who she was.
Yeah, that's crazy. Exactly. She does. She really does look like her.
And then I found my favorite gag in the show, like my favorite recurring joke, where somebody says a fake brand name, exactly like how they do on Riverdale, but someone says, hey, did you just say, and then they move on. It happened twice in this episode at least. It happened once with Uber and once with something else. And I noted it the second time because I was like, I love this. This is amazing.
That's so incredible. Awesome. I'm really glad that you wrote that down because, that's amazing.
I wish I had written down the whole thing, like what the fake brands were, because they were really funny. And it was like, did you just say? And then it immediately changed the subject. Manny and Luke were friends, apparently. We never saw them interact once in the whole pilot. Yeah. But apparently they were like close friends.
Yeah, like Bessies.
Yeah. And then there was a sweet ending. That's all I wrote.
Yeah, it was really sweet. Now I have to watch the middle part.
Yeah. I might watch the middle part. If I needed something to just be chill, I might actually watch this.
I might too. I found the finale funnier than the pilot, except for the Mitchell and Cameron parts. I really liked that in the pilot as well.
I didn't talk about them like at all, but they had some really good moments.
Yeah, they did. I really like them and their dynamic together. Yeah, so lots of about like moving away, like KJ said. They're moving their family to Missouri.
Yeah.
Yes. I put, because I don't know why I forgot when I was writing this exact thing. I forgot Alex's name, but I just put Sister 2 is moving to Switzerland. But Alex.
Yeah,
Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Manny's also moving away. So everybody's leaving.
Moving away.
Oh, it's so sweet. I like the ending a lot.
And Luke
It was
got
a really
accepted
good
to college, too.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, good for him. College is hard.
Yes.
We know.
Yes, very
Can
much.
confirm.
I really liked it. I really liked how they wrapped it up, and it made me feel, even though I hadn't, I wasn't invested.
Yeah, I feel like
Exactly.
if you had spent a 10 or 11 years, or if you binge watched all of these, you would have feelings during the finale.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I really liked doing this.
Yeah.
Especially with a show that's so family oriented, and there's babies at the beginning, and then they're grown up at the end.
It had kind of
moving away.
less dramatic This Is Us vibes, and I kind of had Heartland vibes, that kind of.
Yeah,
sorry, I
a
just
family
knocked
show.
right into my mic.
So that's okay. Very wholesome. I really like the way that they wrapped it up.
Yeah, I hope the middle was good, because the beginning and the end were also kind of good. Definitely the end. I agree, the end was definitely better than the beginning.
Yeah.
I agree.
Which is usually how it happens. Usually pilot episodes are a little awful.
Yeah, pilots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now the characters are so developed over 11 years, so they're way more solid relationships and stuff like that.
Full characters, which are great.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Thank you, KJ, for all of those, the good kind of recapping.
I'm practicing.
Yes.
How to do recap.
But I don't think I had anything else to add about Modern Family. I really liked it, I think. And I really like Sofia Vergara.
Me too.
I think she's really funny and really nice.
I didn't hate her in either of these episodes, so maybe I don't actually hate her. Maybe I just hate she does all the Head and Shoulders commercials. Maybe I just hate the Head and Shoulders commercials.
Maybe.
I've been
That's
unfairly punishing her for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there something in particular that you can think of that made you not like her? Or just you just haven't really liked her?
I don't know. I think her voice just doesn't jive with me. I think it's at a pitch that just doesn't jive with me. I love her accent. It's not. I forget where she's from, but
Colombia, I believe.
That sounds right.
That's where Shakira's from, right? Shakira doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just the freaking Head and Shoulders commercials that I just really hate, and I just unfairly judging her for them all these years. I don't know.
She's a bit much in the Head and Shoulders commercial. I would agree.
Yeah. I didn't mind her in either of these. I think that she was fine.
Yeah.
I really am curious to know what Gloria's friggin' job was that took her out of the home at this point in her life. But
which is cool.
Amazing. So, anything else more to add about Modern Family before we move on?
I don't think so.
No, but I guess just that I was just thinking about it, and Joe, Jay and Gloria's kid is all of the other adult people's uncle, or Luke and Alex and Haley and them.
You are correct,
because he'd be half siblings with Claire and which one is Cam or Mitchell? Mitchell. I mix them up too. 2 episodes is not a lot of time to learn how to tell people. No, that's right. I honestly, in my notes, refer to them as the gay dads. The gay dads. I know. That's how we end up with something like Sister 2 is moving to Switzerland. Yeah. It's not a lot of time to learn anybody's names. That's right.
And there was a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's so overwhelming when you go from the pilot to the finale, and everyone's looks different. You can't recognize half of them. But it was a great show. I really liked it. Yeah, me too. Should we move on to The Office? Let's do it. Very much different. Yes. Because the reason we haven't watched The Office is that we don't like The Office. Yeah. Right. I think I had tried the pilot, maybe 5 minutes of it. I just, didn't. I've seen lots of clips from The Office. I find, individual clips from The Office very funny. The CPR dummy, legendary. Honestly. And when Pam is there's no difference between these two photos. Yeah. That's they're classic. The same photo. There's so many Office memes. We know them. But,
I think the farthest I've ever gotten in The Office was 4 episodes into the first season.
Okay.
I mean, I heard lots of people say the first season's not that good, but like, if 4 episodes wasn't enough to get me in, like, why am I here?
Yeah,
So I didn't
exactly.
invest any more time in that.
No. A few years ago, I watched like 2 or 3 episodes like at a friend's house and like just randomly in the middle of the series, and I was like, nope, never need to watch this.
Yeah, I never had strong feelings about it. I don't remember even what I thought when I watched those first 5 minutes of the first episode a long time ago. I think I just got bored, and I just
You're not really a sitcom person, as we've established.
Exactly. I think I was just bored, and I just stopped.
Fair.
But I went into this totally neutral, knowing KJ hated it, but knowing that a lot of people that I watch on YouTube and stuff absolutely
lots of people love The Office, and if you're one of those people, like, that's okay. And
Respect.
I honestly am surprised how I felt about this, honestly, now that we've been through this.
I'm really excited.
Let's just get it out of the way. I hate Michael Scott more than life, and it's why I've never liked this show.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I could literally get behind any other unlikable character. I don't really like Dwight either, but like I could get over that. Michael Scott. Nothing makes me more angry than a mediocre man who thinks that they're the most important person in the world. He's definitely a narcissist. I hate him.
Yeah, if you can see me, my head is nodding like
same.
in full degrees that it can turn.
I don't know what happened in the middle of the show. I don't care.
Well,
in terms of him, other people I do care about.
He's a jerk and awful to Pam.
Awful.
Makes me so mad.
Awful to everybody, but Pam's like one of the only female characters, so it's really noticeable that this is a man picking on a woman for seemingly no reason.
Yeah, and she's like secretary woman that he likes to disrespect.
Yeah.
Total jerk. Poor Pam, just trying to do her job.
I wrote my literally next note was Pam should be granted the freedom of a new job.
Yes, yes, totally. The Office is downsizing. That's kind of the whole thing of the pilot. And people are nervous, but not Pam or Jim. They seem to not really care that much until
I think if either of them had been fired, then like honestly,
later in the episode. She pretends to fire her and like screw him so much.
Yeah,
like
he's terrible.
Frig right off. That's so
the fact
awful.
that she didn't immediately quit was like, wow.
Oh my gosh, I would so quit.
But I think
that's so cruel.
We'll get into it as we go. I'm like what Pam's situation is, because Pam's not in a good situation.
Yeah.
I have a supernatural thing.
Okay.
Sort of ish spoilers, but I'm not going to use names, so it's not. Michael buying himself a World's Best Boss mug is definitely what inspired the Supernatural props / writers. In Supernatural, God has a mug. When we finally meet God, God has a World's Best Dad mug, and I would not be surprised if it was inspired by The Office.
Probably.
It's the same mug, pretty much. It's like the white with the black writing on it is the same mug. And it is like one of those, like that you get, like, little kids get for Father's Day for their dads. Like, it's definitely, like, like, none of the angels were buying God a mug. God bought that himself.
Yeah, oh, totally. Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Yeah, so that made that moment bearable for me.
Yeah. I have seen that mug in relation to, like, Office memes before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, please let Pam be an artist by the end of this.
Oh, yeah, and she
kind of is.
She kind of is. She goes kind of back to her artistic side, and she's like taking commissions, doing murals and stuff. I freaking love Pam so much.
Yeah,
Pam deserves better.
Pam deserves so much better,
honestly. Yeah,
so Michael treats women, especially Pam, so awful. I really don't think that this show would be as successful, I think it's fair to say, if there was, like, this was a brand new show no one's ever seen.
Yeah.
And it started today, and that exact pilot played today. I really don't think it would be as successful.
I agree. But even so, I don't know. Am I wrong that this came out in 2005?
Did it? That's very
I thought that's, like, I looked it up, and that's what I saw.
Give me 2 seconds.
And I specifically looked it up because Nazi jokes are never funny.
Yeah.
Literally. Oh my gosh, that was awful.
Literally.
So it was 2005. So it was the same year that Grey's Anatomy and Supernatural came out.
Yeah.
Wow, 2005 was a year.
Oh my gosh.
Something was in the water in 2005.
But, like, Grey's took off without any supernatural jokes, Hitler jokes, without being rude to women. Like, Supernatural did great.
Was not like
even though it's a little
UK
bit
version, like they did it off the UK version. Like, if it didn't already have that popularity, I don't think
it would have survived either.
survived.
No.
Is the UK version really popular? I literally never see anybody talking about it.
I think it's really popular in the UK.
In the UK, and then here,
But-
we don't care about it at all. I never see anybody talking about the UK version. Like, I knew that there was a UK version. The Jello gag, though, is legendary, and I think I find it funny. I really can't.
I thought it was funny. That was the
I've
only
seen
thing.
it a lot. I know it's like a recurring joke on the show.
That was the only thing in the pilot that even got like a half scoff from me was the supplies in the Jello. I thought that was funny
That's
because
fair.
Dwight is so much and kind of like unlikable, and I think Jim is super cute. I love him so much. Out of these two episodes, I think he's super cute. So I thought that was funny.
My issue with both, I think, Michael Scott and Dwight as well, I think,
Mhm.
is that they are so unlikable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they're also written as, like, clearly not neurotypical characters.
Right.
They're coded that way, and that's problematic.
Yeah.
The word, I don't remember what joke it was, but I said that the word kinky should be removed from the workplace unless it pertains to the business that you're conducting. If
Yeah.
you're not conducting some form of sex work, which is totally valid work, the word kinky should just not be used in the workplace. It's not
I can't
appropriate.
remember the exact joke, but I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's just a general rule for anyone who works.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't use it.
Just don't use that word. It's fine. I don't.
Why? Like, not necessary.
I mean, use it in your own life if you want, but
If you
like
want, but yeah.
workplace, please don't.
This is an office. Like, it's not
Yeah.
even. Like, there's just no reason for that word to be coming up. It's fine. It's not. It's not fine. And then I said, how are there so many men in all caps in this show and they all
Literally.
seem to suck?
I agree.
And
And
then
I
sorry, go ahead.
knew that Pam ended up with somebody that they
Mhm.
like people ship really hard, but I
Mhm.
didn't know going in that it was Jim and Pam.
I knew that
people
it was
ship really
Jim and
I
hard.
Pam.
So
Yeah.
I
You need to do
assumed-
more online dating, girl.
Yeah.
Every like third or fourth profile is gonna say, looking for my just a Jim looking for his Pam. Like
Yes.
everyone,
God.
everyone is.
Yeah.
I can't.
Fair. I don't know why I didn't know that. Like Jim to my
Mhm.
Pam kind of.
Mhm.
I don't know why I forgot, but I just put like there are some serious vibes between Jim and Pam. So I kind of assumed that that's who
Yeah.
she ends up with, and I did not realize that she had a fiance.
Neither did I.
Pilot.
I've
I
literally
didn't
seen this
see that
episode
coming.
before, and I literally just blocked that all out. Apparently,
Yeah.
I said that I was so glad I already knew that Pam and Jim got together because I
Mhm.
don't know anything about their relationship, but
Yeah.
I know people ship them, but that's it. But I do know
Mhm.
that being engaged for 3 years and not letting her go out with people and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Oof.
that sounds like an abusive relationship red flag
Mhm.
Yeah.
in process. I don't know what was going on with that dude, but that sounded and felt like an abusive relationship on site.
Absolutely.
And I was concerned for her. I was like, I'm really glad I know that she ends up with Jim because I don't know what Jim's deal is going to be yet, but I know it can't be
Yeah.
that
can't be
bad.
Mhm.
I have read things that Jim falls under the like Ross Geller, Ted Mosby stereotype of like good guy and like.
I've
then
also
not
heard
really.
that. I've also heard that, but I didn't see it too much in these
Yeah,
episodes.
I didn't see it
so
with those episodes, so
I'm willing to give him benefit of the doubt for now. I mean, I'm not going to disprove myself because I'm not going to watch this
Exactly.
show. But,
Yeah. Literally the same.
but man, we're going to have to do an episode on that because
yeah. I have many thoughts.
We could get going.
Michael says he's a friend first, a boss second, an entertainer third. That is the wrong order for a boss to have.
Yep.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, your boss should be boss, friend, entertainer, or boss, entertainer, friend, depending on your personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boss should always be first when you're a boss, though. That is
Exactly.
For sure.
literally like important. And also, he's a really shitty friend, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not even that good at
so-
it. So that's
Yeah.
just an incorrect order.
Yeah, I would agree. It's the same kind of thing that, like, you know, your kids don't need friends, they need parents. Your employees don't need more friends, they need a boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just how the world works.
Yeah, literally. I wish I had written that.
I just came up with that right now.
And then I wrote
yeah.
that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. And then I wrote that 2 minutes went by, like during/after Michael made Pam cry, and I just was tuned out for all of it. I don't know what happened. I went back and tried again, and I couldn't. My brain went nope, and I was out. That was
That's
it. That
fair.
was done.
Yeah,
I have
So-
no idea.
totally.
Can't even fill in
I
those
don't
blanks.
remember because it's been a little bit. But yeah, my last note is just totally, like, just screw friggin' Michael for pretending Pam was going to be fired. That sucks so much.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that was to boost morale.
It was.
What?
No, nobody's morale was boosted by that.
No, that's
Not
so
a single
cruel.
person except for your own, and you didn't need your morale boosted.
Oh,
Exactly.
friggin' barf. I don't like Michael at all. Like,
No.
what an absolute jerk.
Are we ready to move on to the finale? Because I had
Yes.
surprising thoughts about the finale. I didn't
Yeah.
hate this at all.
Yes, I am really excited to hear what you thought. I had many things to say.
I was shocked how many people were still here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though like they ended up bringing back a lot of people who had clearly left or like been gone or whatever. I was shocked how many people from the pilot were still in this. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the show was on for 9 seasons, and like as we said, that we didn't have good feelings about the pilot.
Yeah.
But obviously the workplace must have been somewhat okay because a lot of people stayed.
Yeah.
And then I said, Dwight's getting married. Cool.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused and surprised. I was
I
surprised.
was surprised by that. But you know what? Different people have different relationships, and just because we would never date somebody doesn't mean that there isn't someone out there who wouldn't date them. And he seems like he's in a really happy relationship, so that's really
Exactly.
good.
Angela seems to really love him.
So that's amazing. And then I said, Pam is still here. Sorry this happened to you, baby.
Aw.
Because I saw her at the desk still, but then I was excited because yay, she's doing art as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so excited about that too.
And then my next note is just for Moira.
Oh,
I said,
goodness.
it's Doug Judy in all caps with 4 exclamation marks. And then I said, I don't care who Daryl actually is. He'll always be
Yeah.
Doug Judy. I don't care
That
who
is
his
Doug
character
Judy. He
is.
has appeared in The Office. I have no idea who that character is, but it's Doug Judy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care who Daryl is or what he does on this show.
Yeah.
That's Doug Judy. And then I said, Oscar's gay. That's fun. Don't know who Oscar was, but...
Yeah, me neither.
I watch him in another show, so I was like, cool. Hope
Okay.
he's good.
Stanley is retired.
Yeah, gay Stanley.
Yeah.
I don't care about Stanley. I've seen Stanley in a few episodes. I don't care for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I said Jim is a really good best man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. I'm actually glad that they're friends. They did not like each other in the pilot.
No.
Yeah.
Jim and Dwight, but they're like good friends now.
Yeah. Which is
and
good.
I'm happy for them. And we need good male friends, like
Exactly.
man to man friends.
And so I guess Dwight became boss of the
yeah,
office.
yeah. Apparently Dwight's the boss now,
Apparently.
and Michael's gone.
Yeah, Michael Scott left for the last season.
Dwight seems like a nightmare boss as well, but
Yes.
Michael Scott's gone, so
Yeah.
no hate to any of these actors, by the way.
No, absolutely not.
No. They're good actors.
Jim and Pam are together, of course. They're
Yes.
so adorable. And the girl from 50 Shades of Grey is the new girl. I'm so shook. I'm like, okay, I didn't expect to see you here.
I said strippers at bachelor and bachelorette parties is so overdone. I find it
Yeah.
very uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Having a mom present did not make it better.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was so weird. I was so uncomfortable.
I skipped it. I couldn't even.
couldn't.
I was like, too cringy. I can't.
And then I immediately wrote, jokes involving kidnapping women are also not funny.
Yeah.
Oh, big
indeed.
yikes.
Stop.
Sorry, I just... I don't know if that gasp was audible on the thing or if it was too quiet. I was looking over my notes this morning. I was like, I don't remember what this note means. It's not a note that's coming up anytime soon. But I was like, I don't remember what that means. I just remembered what it meant.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, jokes involving kidnapping women aren't funny.
No.
And just to back up the train a little bit, I just don't want to... I have a lot of stuff to say about the Bachelor and Bachelorette party. So,
Mm-hmm.
Catherine Tate, what was her actual name in the office? I don't know. But she was in Doctor Who. She's the British one with red hair.
Okay.
She was in Doctor Who. I freaking love her. I had no idea she was in the office. I was so happy. She's in the office in Doctor Who for a couple seasons, and then I haven't seen her in anything else since then. She's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what else, but Doctor Who, so amazing.
Oh,
I love her.
I do want to... This is so out of order. Like, so out of order. But I do want to talk about... In the finale, we have a kind of different format than we did in the pilot in terms of...
Uh-huh.
The whole premise of the show has apparently been revealed in an episode previous to this.
Yeah.
I assume in the episode before the finale.
Yeah.
And then, like, this is taking place a year after that episode, I assume.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused. It took me a second to kind of put together, like, what
The
panel,
first-
like, what documentary,
so
what reunion.
The show, the first 9 seasons of the show, is them being filmed for a documentary.
Which I think is so cool.
Which is very interesting. I had no idea. I don't think I've ever seen anybody talk about that part of it before.
No,
I'm sure,
I had no idea either.
I'm sure that, like, when The Office was on, and I'm sure that, like, people who are fans of the show, I'm sure it's, like, talked about. I just don't know anyone who, like, watches The Office that intently, where it's been a discussion.
Exactly.
I'm sure all discussion I've ever been part of, I've been like, I don't really like The Office, and the subject changed immediately. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I don't hate that at all. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
That being the payoff, like an overall cross seasons joke is that they're in a documentary. That's very good.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know if that was in the UK version as well. I have no idea, but I love it. I'm a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't relevant to the next thing I was going to say at all, but
that's fine.
Right a line, like a specific actual joke that I found was really funny.
Okay.
I think Jim said, "It's time for you to bury the hatchet," and I think Dwight said, "Waste of a good hatchet."
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
I was like, that's very funny. And then I said that Jim and Pam are pretty cute, and I see why people compare their relationships to that. Like, I like how they talk about each other and to each other, especially in the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The person who asked about Aaron's birth mom was in the Netflix A Series of Unfortunate Events. The person who ended up
one that was her birth mother? Yeah. Okay.
That actress was in A Series of Unfortunate Events. She played the judge that lives across the street from Count Olaf and, like, helps the children out when she can.
There we go.
Yeah, Andy and Daryl have some beef. Apparently. Don't know what that is about. Daryl rides in a limo. Okay. Alrighty. Cool.
Andy's been having a rough time.
Yes.
Poor fucking Andy. Everybody dunked on him this whole episode.
Yeah.
Literally.
I don't know if his whole character arc was like this or what, but I've never been to a lot of weddings. Like, I've been to an occasional wedding here or there. I've never been to a wedding where multiple cats were on the gift registry and multiple cats were presented as gifts. But
oh my gosh.
I think that should be my wedding now. Like,
yeah.
Just bring me cats.
Yeah, like,
there was at least 3 cats brought to this wedding.
If you bring a puppy to my wedding, then that is sufficient. You don't have to give me money or anything.
Yep.
Or even stay, honestly.
Yeah, if you just want a dip, you can go.
Yeah, like, pug puppies will be accepted at my wedding as currency.
Yep.
So
yes.
That can replace your time.
And then I was shocked to see temp guy from the pilot episode, Ryan, was A, still here, and B, had a baby.
Yeah, for a second.
Well,
what was that?
That's what. Okay, my notes were like farther down, but my note was in all caps. I just said, "Wow, child endangerment," and then when I opened my notes, I was like, "I wonder what that was about." But then I remembered it was Ryan dosing his kid with something that they're allergic to.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
abandoning it,
and then having his child literally taken away.
Oh
Pediatricians do have a duty to report, so honestly, that was a not legal way to go, but something that was honestly probably pretty legally sound. That was full on, like, endangering a child.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Your child, of all things.
Not just any random, not just like a random. I mean, that would be bad as well. But your own child, and then, like, you don't even notice that they're gone. Like, how long do you think it took him to find said child? And, like, person who ended up with said child seemed pretty intent on taking the child home.
Yeah. Yikes. That whole Ryan and Kelly thing running off together, that's really too bad for that baby.
Yeah. Poor Drake. Poor Drake. Baby Drake. Again, Jim was a really good best man. It had to be said again. Michael did not deserve this, but hey, I'm sure we had to bring him back, and I'm sure that bringing him back was important to people who actually watched this show.
Exactly. Yeah. I appreciated that because I know that he is an important part to the show, and, like, if you like the show, I would assume that you grow to like him.
I saw him come up a lot when I was looking at best proposals for next week. Lot.
Wow.
Yeah, he has a love interest, apparently.
Wow.
Oh.
And
I actually tolerates him.
Yeah, I've seen him come up a lot in his, like, proposal. There was a lot of candles involved. But anyway, they had to bring it back. Complimentary hay hooks to move your hay bale.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
The songs at this wedding were banging. This was a fun wedding.
I love that. Yes,
we had like 4 wedding songs, which is a lot. I was like more than I was expecting. Like this was lengthy. A lot happened in this episode. I was surprised.
So much.
This seemed like all the song selections were really good. I was a big fan. I have a TikTok reference. Sorry, I'm laughing at my own joke.
That's amazing.
I hope that this joke is going to still be funny by the time this comes out. A couple weeks ago, I recommended Rad Nasty on TikTok, who does the Twilight videos about the orphan sex cult and the Cullens, and Twilight from everybody else's point of view. I hope that they're still making that content in a few weeks when this episode comes out, so this joke will still be funny, because Michael says it's like all my kids grew up and married each other.
Oh yeah.
And all I could think about was the fucking Cullens. Because Carl's just out here adopting children and they're just pairing off left and right. And then I said you should never buy or sell a house without discussing it with your partner, assuming that you're both going to be contributing financially to said household. But both of these seemed like sweet. It seemed like apparently the story that I understood was that Jim bought the house as like a big romantic gesture and Pam was not upset about it.
Yeah.
Or at least came to not be upset about it. And Jim didn't seem bummed to be selling it.
Yeah, and they're moving to Austin together.
Yeah,
so cute.
Lots of moving away. I feel like it's a good way to end a show like this, honestly.
Yes.
And then I assumed there was some sort of montage or something, because I said this would hit pretty hard if I had 9 seasons of emotional background.
Yeah, there's all kinds of montages and stuff.
Yeah.
And scenes from the middle that we didn't see. I really, really liked Pam's message to herself.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
She's talking about that she should just be brave and that she's missing out on being happy, and she should should have left that guy a lot sooner.
Oh my god!
Is what she's kind of implying. That was really sweet. That made me almost emotional.
Yeah,
I really liked Pam.
The ending of the show promised something that might have been good in the middle.
Yeah,
yeah,
not
if I didn't
enough
hate Michael Scott so much, I might consider it because I love Pam so much.
I'm not gonna watch this, but if you have any really nice clips or funny clips from The Office, send them to our social medias.
Yeah,
because we don't want to watch this show, but if there's some good parts that you really think that we need to see. I mean, I've seen the CPR dummy 100 times, but if someone sends it to me, I'll watch it as many times as you want me to. Exactly. It's very funny.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about Phyllis, but I really like her.
I don't have any thoughts about Phyllis, so I just didn't talk about her. But if you have some thoughts, please feel free.
I watched a clip from somewhere in the middle of they do a bingo thing of her sayings when it's cold out. And that has cemented my love for her forever, even though she didn't do that much in the pilot or the finale.
I think I get creeper vibes off of Phyllis because of the new guy that took Stanley's place, and she was trying to make him look like Stanley, and then we find out that she and Stanley are at least doing it, if not emotionally involved.
Interesting.
I was like, oh, that seems a little creepy with this young guy that you were trying to feed so that he would look more like Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like Phyllis's personality didn't really come across very well in these 2 episodes. That's all the vibe that I got was that kind of creepiness.
Yeah.
And she was kind of she's kind of sweet in some ways, but I felt like something was about to happen. She was about to have a moment or talk about something
just
really
wasn't
profound,
happening.
And it just didn't happen. But I appreciate, obviously, representation of different body sizes and different ages and stuff. So, I like her being there.
Yeah, she seemed okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how main of a character she was throughout. If she was, if she had a lot of storylines throughout or what.
Yeah.
Because, a lot happened in this episode. A lot happened.
Yeah.
We went
so much.
We went a long way on this. A lot was going on. So, they just might not have had time to really do anything for her.
Yeah.
That was on, the same level as, Jim or Pam or...
That's very fair.
Anybody else, too.
You're totally right. So much happened in this episode.
As I'm, reading through these notes, I'm like, oh my god, this was only one episode.
I know, my notes for the finale is, at least 3 times as long as my notes for the pilot, so...
Yeah.
Anything else about the finale?
No, that was it. I'm surprised that I liked the finale as much as I did.
Me too. Yeah. I liked it. I think it was mostly because, Michael Scott wasn't in it, really.
Yeah, it wasn't really present until the end.
Exactly. He didn't really have much of a, main role in it. He didn't have many lines, so... And exactly. I friggin' love Pam so much. So, I loved all of her moments.
Yeah, based just off these 2 episodes, Pam is by far the best character on this show.
Yes. Yeah, I like KJ said, I won't be watching this probably ever. I'm not one for sitcoms usually.
There's better sitcoms out there.
And there's better ones. Like, I'll watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine all the way through before I touch this. Ever even think about trying it. But I liked this, and I like doing this. I like having a little bit of knowledge now about the characters. I didn't know a lot of these people were in The Office, so that was cool. Like the guy from New Amsterdam, who's in the first season of New Amsterdam, he was the pediatrician. And Catherine Tate, of course, my favorite Doctor Who character. So she's amazing.
I just had I don't know, I didn't plan on asking this or anything, but so like these two shows, and we all watched the first episode of Tiny Pretty Things, which I haven't really watched since we did that episode.
Me neither.
Same.
Which one do you think you're the most likely to watch?
Tiny Pretty Things, for sure. I do plan on watching it.
Yeah.
And then probably maybe Modern Family, and then last The Office, as far as like likelihood to watch it. What about you guys?
I'd probably watch Modern Family. Like, I think it's a good show to watch in between all of the murder shows that I'm watching.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then
and Moira likes a good sitcom.
Yes, I do. I love sitcoms. And then I'd probably watch Tiny Pretty Things. That's going to be something that I one day just binge randomly. Yeah. And then I probably will never ever watch The Office.
Yeah. It's close, one or two. Modern Family and Tiny Pretty Things. One or the other. I probably will watch. I think I'll finish Tiny Pretty Things.
Yeah.
But I literally have no real inclination of doing that anytime soon either.
Yeah.
And then I might watch Modern Family next time I'm deep in a murder show binge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lighten it up for sure.
Good balance.
I mean, I'm going to be just mostly watching Supernatural for the next 2 to 4 years anyway, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. I can't really stop, so it's good. No real intention of watching. I was just curious, just because that was another one where we only watched one episode. And we were all kind of like, we'll probably watch this. So I was just curious if your thoughts on that had changed since we did that episode, seeing as I have not watched it at all yet. And then, how that compared to these two. I mean, we just ruined the endings of these two, but...
Yeah. Yeah, but whatever. Yeah, okay. I like doing this. It was fun. It was really interesting. Yeah. And again, just please watch, what's his name? Dylan is in Trouble?
Yeah.
On YouTube is so good. His stuff is so funny.
Yes.
So, do we want to move on to ender segments?
Yeah.
Amazing. So we'll start with Love It or Lose It. I don't know if you guys want to do them or not. I have them.
Yeah, you've got
I'll go first.
You
guys...
Yeah.
You guys have
I have a solid loser. I have to think of a love it.
I would say that I love the feeling, just the overall feeling of family and the closeness of the family in Modern Family. I love how close they all are, and the kids are all close, and it just feels really wholesome when they're all together. I think that's really cute. And I grew up kind of away from my extended family. Like, I live 4 provinces, 5 provinces away, 3 days drive from my extended family. So seeing a big family like that is so cute because it's not something I grew up with. So, and then my lose it, of course, is Michael Scott / Michael Scott's sense of humor. I think it's so gross and unnecessary and not funny.
Yeah, that's also my lose it.
Yeah. Pretty easy for that one.
I've seen Steve Carell in other things, and he's really good. It's just Michael Scott. It takes me a minute just because I see his face, and I think Michael Scott, and I have a burning hatred, but once I get over that...
Yeah, I went into this totally neutral. I did not realize. I knew that Steve Carell was, mostly known for The Office. He was in it for a long time, and then he left, and he's been in a lot of other things since. But I did not realize his character was so trashy and gross and unlikable.
I don't know if you know this, but John Krasinski, who plays Jim, is married to Emily Blunt.
I did know that. I kept thinking of it, and I was thinking about it even after I watched it.
Yeah. Most of my knowledge of The Office is just watching John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, interviews.
Yeah.
That's where it all comes from.
So that was definitely my loser as well. I hate Michael Scott as a person. It would be a fight on site. And I think I love it. I think I'm just going to stick to Office. I don't really have strong feelings on Modern Family, really, one way or the other. I really liked how Jim and Pam talked about each other in the panel and talked about their relationship. I really like that. I don't know anything about how their relationship actually looks like in the show.
Yeah.
But just based on the way that they talked about each other, I was like, this sounds like a pretty solid relationship. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting those red flags I was getting with Pam's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, it wasn't too, like, overly romanticized. It was, like, realistically described, and
Yeah.
They
it
were
felt like a realistic relationship.
They were quick to defend each other in their relationship and quick to defend their relationship, and they were both quick to accept blame or to prop the other person up, and I think that that's really important.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that too.
So that was I think my love it. I think we need couples that talk about their relationship positively, like especially married people with kids. They have kids now too.
Yeah.
And like so many shows, especially sitcoms, are really guilty of this. Of like the husband like was super in love, but like now he's married and he has kids and he hates his wife and he hates his kids. Like that's not a healthy example to be setting for anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I like that he wasn't like cocky about it. Like the audience is like awing at things that he's saying about Pam, but he's just like,
that's just my relationship with Pam.
Yeah, that's just how I feel.
That's
She's
just
just
how
like,
it
I'm
is.
just lucky to be married to her, and he's not saying it like for attention. Like he really genuinely just loves her.
Yeah, and they aren't like keeping score. Everybody who was in the panel was like, "Oh, like she owes you now. Like you made this huge sacrifice." He's like, "No, like she's
That's
married
not how
to
it
me.
works.
That's all I want.
All I need." Yeah,
I did that because I love her, not because I wanted something from her. Like aside from lifelong companionship that comes from being married.
Exactly.
What about you, Moira? Do you have any whipped up?
So I agree with both of you. My lose it is the same thing, like Michael Scott. Can't stand him. I'm just gonna stick with another character from I Love It. I really like the character Alex from Modern Family.
Yeah, she was really awesome.
Yeah.
Super great. I've seen like other clips of her from Modern Family, and I really like that character.
It seemed like she was like the smart kid in the pilot, and it seems like, offered this big fancy job and like left a high paying job to come do a passion project and like getting paid by work housing in a different country. Like that's all like really interesting and really like, like it seems like they put her to good use.
Yeah,
I totally agree. That's a good one. I'm glad that you kind of highlighted her because she was fun. She was a good one for sure. So for randomized rankings, where we choose 5 characters at random and rank them, we chose 2 from Modern Family and 3 from The Office. The 5 are Gloria and Mitchell from Modern Family, and then Jim, Michael, and Andy from The Office. So my ranking goes from top to bottom. Number 1 is Mitchell. I just thought he was so funny and likable.
Yeah.
I like the both of them, like Mitchell and Cameron, a lot. And then Gloria, I thought she was really funny. I think she's really kind, and I like her. From what I saw, obviously, from these like couple of episodes.
Yeah, it's hard to judge.
It's really hard to judge.
2 episodes, or a lot of character development happened between them.
And then Jim. I'm I might switch. I might do Jim second because of how he talks about Pam, and he's just so in love with her and so sweet. Again, from these couple of episodes from what I've got. So I'm going to switch it on the fly here. Okay. Number 1, Mitchell. Number 2, Jim. Number 3, Gloria. And then number 4, Andy. I didn't find him that likable from the last episode because there was only one episode that we saw him. He wasn't in the pilot. I don't know. He doesn't have a whole lot.
Yeah. I liked at the end with Andy. Sorry, not to get
No, that's
track,
okay.
But at the end, when they actually watched his convocation speech, and they're like, "That was actually a really good speech."
Yes, that was nice.
It was nice, but Andy was having a rough go, and he wasn't really in the pilot, so it was hard to.
Yeah, you couldn't really form a real opinion about him. There's just like a lot of like lore that like you don't have any idea about. So, and then of course at the bottom is Michael Scott.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine are pretty similar. I had Jim at the top.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know, like something about a man talking about his wife in such a positive light.
I know.
It's such a pro for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mitchell. I think Mitchell was a really good husband, and I really liked him as a character.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gloria, who also seemed to be killing it as a wife and a mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big fan of hers. When she gave Jay a talking to about like how he has to look out for Manny and like lift him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
be the wind at his back and not the spit in his face.
Yes, that was good.
I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Andy. I actually liked Andy when we saw him. We just didn't see that much of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, obviously Michael Scott on the bottom.
Of course.
But Pam wasn't on this list. Pam above everybody.
Yeah.
I agree. I second that.
That's fair.
What about you, Maya?
So mine is Gloria, number 1.
Okay,
then Mitchell, then Jim, and then Andy, because, again, not enough to form an opinion, really. And then Michael Scott.
That's interesting. Why did you put Gloria at the top, just out of curiosity?
I really like Gloria. I really like Sofia. Wow.
Yeah, Vergara. Mm-hmm.
Vergara. My brain like short
That's
circuited.
okay. I got you.
Yeah, no, I really like her character, and I've seen a lot of like clips of her from like different things on like Pinterest and stuff, and I think she gets some like really great lines throughout the story, like throughout the show that weren't necessarily in the other episodes that we just watched. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just about Sofia Vergara. Again, I know I mentioned AGT before, like America's Got Talent, but I think being a judge on there is really hard, and it's hard to present yourself as likable and kind, but also like honest. But I think that she's really good at it, and she's really funny. She's a funny person, and she knows like that her accent is kind of funny, so she like uses that to be funny sometimes.
Yeah,
but like not in a self-deprecating way. I just really like her on America's Got Talent. She's really good at it, and which is not an easy thing to do. They've had other judges on there that are just like not likable,
so
and they try too hard.
Since I watched America's Got Talent that I
always watch
honestly didn't know that that's what she was on. Now,
no,
yeah, it's her and Heidi Klum and Howie, who's a bit much sometimes, and then Simon Cowell.
Howie Mandel or how?
Yeah, Howie Mandel. Sorry. Sorry if I just said Howie. Jeez.
No, just because there also used to be like Howard Stern was also on there.
I could go on about, but that's not what we're talking
It's
about
been
today.
so long that the last time I watched America's Got Talent, the judges were Howard Stern, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, and
Mel B.
Yeah, Mel B. I was gonna say the one from the Spice Girls.
Yeah. I got you, girl. I love that show.
That's the last time I watched, so it's been a while.
So to steer this train back onto the tracks here.
Right. We've gotten off the rails.
Do we have any? Were there any names that you guys liked for I Would Name My Kid That?
I had none.
Yeah, no.
No, I didn't either. They're kind of like really basic.
Generic.
Yeah.
American.
I do like the name Claire.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
But other than that.
Yeah, none really inspired me in my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, it just wasn't.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else before we wrap it up?
No, I think that was it. This was really interesting.
Yeah, it was a really interesting thing to do. And please, if you're interested in any of these shows that we talked about, like, please watch them. They obviously have a big fan base because they went on for so long, both of them. So try them, or if you already like them and we offended you, we're very sorry. And please keep in mind that we only had these first and last episodes to go off of, so we have
worked
none
with
of
what we were presented with.
Yeah.
And very little outside context.
Very little, if any at all. So that has been our episode for this week. You've been listening to the Series of Opinions podcast. Let us know what you thought about this week's episode, what you think about both of these shows. Leave us a review. It really does help. Or get in contact with us on our social medias. Our email is seriesofopinionspod@gmail.com. We are Series of Opinions Pod on Tumblr and Instagram. Series of Opinions on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. And we are on Twitter @Series of Opinion with no S. You can find me @Miss Faith Ann on everything, and @Faith Ann Art for my art.
You can find me @Moyer_Frisk on everything.
And you can find me @LifeMessagesOfKJ on all the things.
And I think, as KJ said earlier, we are talking about the best proposals next week, so that's going to be so fun. I can't wait to talk about some feels.
So excited.
So excited. So tune in next week for that, and thank you so much for listening.
This episode was written, produced, and recorded by us. It was edited by Editing Moira and editing KJ, and thank you to Faith Ebert for our logo.
Bye!
Bye!
Bye!